Hello everybody that is subscribed to my channel. Y'all, I know I don't have the best lighting, so I decide not to record in my house sometimes because I'm the type of mom that buys cheap light bulbs and put one in. I like it dark in my house. But let me just get to what I was talking about, what the title of this video gonna be, and it is when I first started hearing voices. I met a man. So I'm sitting here thinking, see, my mind thinks, and then my mouth closes, because, y'all, I'm gonna cut my car off, because I just don't even need to hear no sound, because in my mind, when I replay stuff back, if I could just, you could just read my mind, it'd be so easy, so much easier. Why my dread wanna do that? Hate on me. So much easier for me to talk, and I'm actually take my shades off. You know, because I'm being dead serious when I say this, bro. Yo, if you believe in God, that's great. I was told that if you believe in God as your Lord and Savior, then nothing could deteriorate. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I'm on a little something, so my words might slur, but, and I think it's that sweat vodka, but my words might slur. But I'm tired of thinking about it, and I'm tired of holding it in, bro. I hear voices, and I've heard voices, and so don't think I can't control it. It's been over 7. King is like, so it's been like 8, 9 years. And I always was scared to come to the internet with it. Even though my cousin thought I should write a book years. It's been probably more than 8 years ago when I told her this. And the first time I told her, it was already happening. And so I only told her because I always felt like my mom was the safest place to run. And after I seen my mom turn her back on me, it was like, what? Now my mom is the type of mom that is good with people, but not good with the house. Like, she can just be joyous, communicative, always on others' side, always dependent and loving on others. But when it came to us, it was like, hey, mama, I don't even know who ever heard hey, babe. And I don't, for a million times, I don't know how many videos I would have to make to let people understand I love my mama. Even after the molestation with her freaking husband, I love my mama. I don't give a flip what I'm gonna do. I just be like, I'm so glad I don't live with her, but I love to freak out my mama. So after that person I couldn't depend on, it was like, it's a no-brainer. I can up. I was raised in the church, and after I darn came up here and messed with this person, I couldn't depend on my mom. But I want to get a little deep into detail, but I'm pretty sure people probably wouldn't even care to hear it. And if you do, I would like you to just at least message me. Oh my God. I want to show you that truck so bad. I get distracted. If y'all seen that truck, I get distracted when I see a big I seen it pull it in, and then I done seen it pull it out. I get distracted when I see trucks, which leads me back to the story of how I even met this man. I was complimenting his sister truck at a job I was working in, and I know I was talking about my mama, but I don't want to talk about my mama because I hate when people misconstrue it. Like, your mama should have been there. Girl, she did as much as she could. She could never be there. It's just the person she is. I've realized that as a kid. But back to that, I actually met the girl through that. I was working at a job and I was helping a customer, but I seen this nice truck by. And then to see a woman step out, I was like, oh my God. And yeah, I just realized I got the same sweatpants I had on the other day. Sorry, but I seen her. That's the first time I seen her. And before she even when she got out the truck, I was just looking at her and her kids getting out of the truck. But I was like, oh my God, I got to tell her. If anybody know me in the world, I give compliments and I be hating to do it, but sometimes I have to do it. I hate to do it because people tend to reach, like grab at something that's not even there. I'm just complimenting. And where I'm from, we never reached. But that's what they call green. When you all friendly, that's what they call green where I live. Me, not I didn't know what the word meant till I actually moved over here and it was explained to me better. But long story short, that's how I met the girl. And I was friends with her. And well, my camera keep jumping like that. I'm trying to hurry because I ain't got that much storage on this car after I just bought it, y'all. But I only bought the 64 because let me just go back to the story. Oh God. I be getting house up too much. But I met her that way. I was helping a customer. I worked at a store, the little I'm taking too long to remember the darn store that I worked at. It wasn't City Trends. Fashion something? I can't remember. I write it if I remember it. I remember Rainbow for women. That's what it was. I had tried to find other jobs, but I know what I like, and I like to help customers. Yeah, I had so many customers that would tip me, and that's a whole stick a pin in it if you want to hear about that story. Tip me and the dirt employees at like jerks, even though they said we could get tips, and then they start trying to get out my tips. But anyway, that truck made me want to compliment her. So when she came through, though, I complimented her, and then she kept coming, and then I kept finding outfits for her kids. One day she said, "My brother want to meet you." She wasn't driving the truck no more. I was kind of concerned. I'm like, I wanted to ride in it, but that's neither here nor there. Cause I just wanted to see what. Oh God, I must extra trucks. I seen one. I want to get my 16-year-old a truck like that. But like I said, it's green too. I guess it. But she ended up bringing me to her house. She was like, she came one day. She was like, "My brother want to meet you." So I'm like, I'm all, what? I'm single. So I feel like I want to put my shades on or either close my eyes. She was like, "My brother want to meet you." And I don't know. Like I said, I wasn't looking for a man. I knew just to focus on my kids, focus on work. I was walking to work from college when I was in College Park, walking down Old National. If anybody know Old National Tech, bruh, I'm pretty sure they remember me. Same hair and everything. I used to walk down Old National from Creel to Fashion Rainbow. Like I said, I think it was it was in that complex. Trust me, it was there. It's still the same thing, but none of the employees is there. But that's neither here nor there. I used to walk down that road. Like I really was really focused on me. And you know how you be like, people be like, you just need to wait on God. He'll send you a man. This man reaching out from the Netherlands. He ain't even seen me. So why is your brother want to meet me? I didn't really think too much about it. It was like a week later before I actually went even over to meet him. Cause I knew I had too much to do, but she kept coming and I loved her. I loved the energy. So I went. And girl, I walked through the door. I mean, she had nice everything. I could see it from the door that it was nice. It was big, it was huge, it was like they had money. I mean, I knew from your car you had money, so I wasn't really worried about that. But I was just so happy to see that it was nice and she had a lot of kids. And then her brother showed his face, and I'm like, oh, you know, I ain't even gonna lie. I honestly was just like, I know he fucking lying. I don't know what he want to see me for, but that's all he gonna see is me. But I want to cut to the chase because I don't want to use too much of your time. But this man looked it. I didn't find out how old he was until later. But this man looked it like death. He looked it like he needed help. When I replay the, the stuff in my mind, I am not lying, but like that was a reach because girl move, but I don't treat people in the kind of darn way. I was like, I couldn't believe this was her brother, and because the way this man was dressed, the house was so nice. And everything's so nice, and y'all shopping every darn time I turn around. Why is this man? It just didn't give sick in the face but swagged out. It didn't even give what y'all were giving. And I was like, maybe it's because he at home. I don't know what I was thinking. I just know I was not trying to be judgmental to no darn body. But I hated what I was thinking in my mind. And when he came up to me, he kind of like jumped back. And then he was kind of introduced himself. But I definitely was because I'm like this. Even if I'm thinking the worst, like, ooh, no, that's not for me. I'ma still let out my mouth, hey, I'm this. You call me fake or whatever. But this the first time me meeting him. I got to learn to be fake around you, nigga. That's what I felt. I think I should block that N word out, but that's what I felt when I first seen him. And I could show you a picture of him. He did now. But yeah, I could show you a picture of him. And you could tell me if this man looked like he was in his 30s. Girl, he did not. And that wasn't even, I ain't even paying no attention, for real. I'm just like, okay, he ain't my type, so move on. I could still be cool with him. So me and her is kicking it. But I'm noticing that she's married. But it's always on the phone, man. So I didn't really want to deal with that. I didn't really want to be a part of that. So I would always kind of be downstairs. We had a bunch of kids. It's like 12 of them darn kids. She had a bunch, I got a bunch. It's like fun to be down there. It's like so many kids. I got to cook so many big meals. But as I noticed, this man was not eating. He wasn't even opening the refrigerator or the cabinets in the house. It was giving vibes. It was not good. Like, he already looked sickly. I just feel like people should eat. And so I'm just like, what's up with your brother? He not really eating, and he do that. She like on the, like, she looking over like didn't want to explain to me anything. So I'm like, okay. I'm telling you, about 3 weeks went by. It's a whole nother story time about them 3 weeks because I'm trying to get to when I first heard the voices. But, and the reason why I'm only saying it now is because my kids older. My kids know about it. My kids could probably come and tell you about it. But I made that decision to be with a man and blah blah blah. But she didn't give off the feeling that she cared if he ate or not. And then she did say that when he eat, y'all, girl, he just be eating at the store. He like to walk to the store and eat cookies, and we be telling him that he need to go to dialysis and his stuff. I just heard dialysis, and I don't even know what dialysis mean. I just knew what is dialysis, and if he missed it, what the heck did he miss? Because he's not eating. It was like I tried to make the kid enough food for the kids, or something that they could just, because the kids was already ways active. I didn't want to cook something heavy and it slowed them down. They just was always having fun. So I cooked like simpler stuff for them, even if they wanted to just go chill somewhere and eat. But he would just never eat. And I said, I'm going to make sure not to cook red stuff. I don't know if it's because he might can't eat red stuff or he might can't eat white stuff. But this man ate nothing. The whole freaking time I ever been over there, she wanted us to stay for days. Like, I'm like, girl, no. Like, she wanted me to sleep over there. And then I said no. And then my kids like, we want to stay. You can stay now. I'm not staying. But then when my kids stayed one night, I was so damn scared at home by myself. I just was like over there, and then I'm like, well, we can leave late. That's neither here nor there. I know you don't care about that. But yeah, it just got to the point where I just need to be with my kids, and if they want to be here, then I'm just got to be here. Everything was so nice. I know they not accustomed to that. Rich people but he didn't give rich. He gave, we don't really do too much. He's slow. When I first met him, she said that was so retarded. When we were riding in the car, she said, girl, he's slow. Girl, she was actually, I just didn't listen to it. I done dated a slow boy, and I don't give a flip. I done dated a couple slow boys. That don't phase me, because everybody needs somebody. So anyway, that's what I just thought. I was like, oh, he's a little slow. He don't really eat. You gotta make him probably eat. And he started whispering stuff. That made me uncomfortable, because he started whispering stuff about his own sister and her kids. But then you would be sitting here talking in their face. And I just felt like, as I'm diagnosing, I'm like, I wonder if he just nice to them to get food. Because he's saying to me, I don't eat that. I'm not allowed to eat that. And I'm just like, what? Because I bought the grocery. And I'm like, no, you can't eat these. Yeah, it's so much to say, but I don't be wanting to waste everybody's time. So I'm just going to get to the point as fast as I can. He didn't eat. The whole time, like I said, I had went through stuff with his sister, y'all. This girl had to set up a master plan to me. And that's, stick a pin in it. He didn't eat. I remember one day, I cooked, and I told him, I said, if you don't eat this food, I was like, I'm going to do this and that and the third. You know, like, kind of flirty talk. But I was not playing with him. I was like, I'm not playing. Because the more I was over there, the more I kind of just wanted him to stop being weird. And he gave off vibes like my granddad. My granddad is weird. But that's another story, too. He gave off them vibes. He would be standing over there. And ain't nobody even talking to you. Like, why are you around? Like, he was just giving that kind of vibe. So I felt like he needed a grown-up around. So I was being the grown-up friend while there. And we would just be talking about stuff. But I felt like he always felt like he needed to sneak. So long story short, I've made that food. And I told him he better eat. Now, he was so skinny, y'all, just, oh, God. His clothes were so dingy and big on him. The only thing he had was nice was them shoes on his feet. And they was like some ones. And I know he took extra pride in joy in them, because he actually cleaned them in the sink. He cleaned his clothes in the sink. This girl had a whole washing machine and dryer. And I'm like, when I caught him doing that, I just was like, oh God, he's so much like my granddad. Like, y'all just don't believe in appliances. I never thought anything other than that. So when I noticed that the food hadn't been touched, after like an hour, I decided I'm finna find him and make him eat this food. Now I can bring him in this kitchen and cooking what he want, but you're not going to that store for snacks or whatever your sister was talking about, and you gonna eat because it just look like you need to. And I went to go look for him, y'all. The kids all, I mean, it just regular day. The kids all them playing, talking in the living room, and after they had ate, and in the kitchen clean, and the plate still is just not touched. And I went to the garage, and he was throwing up like blood. It was water. I know she ain't have. I know it wasn't Kool-Aid or nothing red that this man ate and threw up, cause she didn't even have drinks. Like everything was locked away in her room. He used to say stuff like she take the food in her room, and I'm like, well, she got kids, so just think of it like that. Just ask her. I'm just every time we would talk, I would just give him a better approach a mom that's going through it with a man who is not here with her right now. They married, but he's caught up in a situation, so he can't be here right now. And that's just probably what she dealing with, and they probably eating up everything. Because I know how my kids eat snacks. And I was like, maybe that's just what it is. You don't want no home cooked food, you gotta eat. I seen that man throwing up in that goddamn garage. I lost it. I ran upstairs and I said, girl, your brother throwing up red stuff, girl. And she was like, that's what he get. So I'm like, that's what he get. And she, I ain't said out my mouth, but I was like, she wasn't even looking at me, she was on the phone. And I'm like, girl, no. Girl, he's sick. He throwing up, girl. It's bad. And I'm trying to just be extra with it. And she was like, that's what he get for missing dialysis trying to watch you. And I was like, that's when I first heard her say dialysis. She told me he was slow, like he's retarded. She was like, he's special. When we were riding over here, you said special. You ain't never say nothing about dialysis, and you didn't go into their detail about no dialysis. So I'm like, really freaking out. Bro, I'm freaking out. Like, what is dialysis and why did he miss it and do he need to go to it? She was like, he's supposed to go. He was sitting here trying to watch you for days. So he done missed like a couple days of dialysis. So I was like, I think we should call the police. Now I'm knowing that she ain't necessarily legal or whatnot, but you're not listening to me. And I understand them kind of people don't like police at their house, but I don't know who else to call. I don't know if you can call the darn ambulance without calling the police. So I said to her, because she still was on that phone, like it was nothing. And she was like, giving, she didn't care. So I was like, girl, if you don't call the police, I'm gonna go. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't wanna say that. But I was like, cause I need the ambulance, he need an ambulance like that. And she was like, girl, oh God, I'll call him. I thought she was gonna blow up, but she was like, girl, all right. So I felt like she did it because I was tired of him doing that. I felt like that's why she did. Like, you don't even understand. He missed it, trying to watch you. And I thought that was the only thing he just liked me, and then he was missing dialysis because he liked me. But I don't understand why she just didn't accept that. Okay, maybe he liked her a little bit, but my brother still need help. I didn't know about dialysis like that. Y'all, I kid you not. The police had the police and the ambulance people had came. I seen the ambulance people, and I was trying to stay out their business because that's family business. But she didn't even come downstairs. And then he was going through it and had to talk to them himself. But I decided to intervene. That's the bad part. I was just like, yes, he was throwing up. That's all I really said. And she said he missed dialysis or something about dialysis. That's kind of like I literally only said that stuff. I wasn't like, yeah, I didn't go into, oh, I know him. No, I just was like, yeah, his sister said he on dialysis and he been missing it and he been throwing up. And I tried to blame him. Actually, I was like, he ain't eating right. And I thought that if he not eating right, then that's probably what's caused this. And they put him on the stretcher. Y'all, we sitting in there. My kids and me up here crying a little bit. My daughter crying on my shoulder, y'all. She literally holding my hand. And I'm crying like, what in the freak? And everybody else was just so calm. So I'm like, you don't never want to judge nobody. You don't know how people grieve in different ways. And maybe we was overreacting up here doing all that. I thought now, because nobody else was doing it. And then the stretcher goes out the door. And the door closed. And we all in here, and I'm like, nobody's gonna go. And I'm trying to fasten this story up, but y'all should have seen all that happened before. Like I kept asking, I was like, okay, so what now? I'm just like, and nobody's gonna go, so we can get some results to make sure the man okay. It just was giving. I needed to go, and I asked my kid, and then I asked her, cause she watched my kid, and I went. I really just was thinking it would just be good for him to see a face when he wake up from whatever he going through. Y'all, long story short, we get to the hospital and he on the stretcher, but I'm not really paying him too much attention. I know he homie, but I'm not all up over there acting like he bad or nothing. I was just really making sure they know what was going on. He on dialysis and they say he missed it. That's the only thing I wanted to get the nurses to know. But as I'm sitting there and we are waiting for the nurses to treat him, his body started losing control. Like he was normal. And before I knew it, I was holding his hand because he was like it was like I could tell by the way he tensed up that he was trying to control himself. And I was trying to get the nurse. I'm like thinking like, what the fuck? Ma'am, excuse me. And they like, oh, somebody be with him in a minute. He just basically flipping out. It's not his head flipping out. It's his body. Long story short again. They get him, take him to the room. I found out later this man was boo-booing and throwing up at the same time. I think he was trying to sit there and suck it in because I was there. And they get him to the room and away from me. Like I think girl, I don't even know that man was boo-booing right there. I mean, I don't think he would. I ain't smell nothing. I got a weak stomach and I got good ears and a big nose for a reason. So I don't think he was doing it right there. But when they got him back there, I think it trickled and it blew him out. Like he just went at it with it. They got him stable and put him in a room. I went in the room because but let me back up. There's a big fly. But that's what just distracted me. But they got him in the room. They came out and started talking to me. The doctor, and he was like, this man is on the nutrition. This man have not been eating. He been starved and all this other stuff. This man trying to pile on me. So I'm in my shades. I always wear shades, y'all. So I'm just like looking at this man all kind of stupid. Like, I know you're not talking to me. And I was like, I didn't want to give no darn names. I just felt like maybe he did this to himself because he did not, he's slow. He don't know to eat right. But I never thought it was anything more than that. And I just thought the doctor was looking too much into it. So he was like, he was going in like he needed to call the police about this man. So I said, sir, I just got custody of him. And I promise you, sir, next checkup, he gonna be right. I just needed him out of my face, to be honest. I was definitely dependent on that because even if he went back to his house, I was definitely gonna make sure she know he can't walk to the store no more. This is what they said. I just felt like that. Glad we here to know that this is going on. So he leaves, and I go in. I ask, can I see him? And I go in the room, and he's stabilized now, y'all. So, but he's not up. And they was talking like as if this man might die a little bit. They were telling me to call his family, but they got him stable. And I didn't want to call them. I just wanted to go talk to him. So I ended up holding his hand and started talking to him. And I was telling him, you got people that love you. I was like, God, I ain't finna tell him I love him. But then he gonna think I love him. And what if he wake up like, you said you love me? I was just thinking all that at one time, but what was coming out of my mouth was, you are loved, man. You can't leave us. I'm gonna take care of you. I'm around now. I just was, and then I think I started letting my feelings out and stuff and talking to him because I wanted him to respond. And he flatlined. Y'all, that thing was going up like this. I knew it was a problem when it started going up. But I was freaking out when it was going up. And then it went down. Like, man, when I tell you right now, my body is having an out-of-body experience. I lost it. I just ran out that room. I was screaming. I could not believe what I was seeing. Ain't nobody finna die in front of me. I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. They got him at stable. So it was late at night. I knew I needed some rest or whatever, but I wanted to stay there. So I made sure I called, made sure I let my kids know what was going on, made sure I seen if it was okay for my kids to let me stay. And I understand you shouldn't leave your kids with somebody that you just met and don't know for a month. Talking about you're hungry. I got that. But I also just feel obligated to be there for somebody if I could. I mean, I trusted her. She never did nothing before, and she was just fun. And her kids, they seem like they got along together. And I mean, I know where they at. So I'm staying at the hospital. So the next morning I had to leave because I'm like, I gotta get situated for when this man get out. Cause me and her gonna be friends, but it's definitely gonna be him gonna be with me. Y'all, I fell in love after his heart dropped. I'm not joking. I never had a feeling before until that happened. All I could think about was getting him home and taking care of him. So long, like I said, long story short. I always tell my long story short. It's never short. But he ended up getting out. No, I ended up leaving, and I guess that's why I'm trying to make the story short. He ended up getting out of the hospital days later. Even though we had been talking the whole time he in the hospital, we was on the phone day night, day night, day night, and then he finally got out, and he was thinking that they was gonna just pack his stuff and just let him come with me. But he was on the phone sounding like a freaking like he was captured. And I'm like, he whispering. I'm like, why are you whispering? And he like, she not gonna let me come. They not gonna let me go. So I'm like, you tripping. Why would they even, I'm thinking in my head, they don't care like that. You mean they don't let you die anyway? I ain't trying to be mean, but I mean, they love you, but they got a life insurance policy. I don't understand why they wouldn't let you go. Is they trying to kill you or what? Because I just didn't understand it. Like, y'all, I wish y'all could hear the conversation when he was in the intro. I was sounding scared too. Well, it was the car. But he sounded like he was hiding a truck and they had guns on him. Like, I'm serious, y'all. I'm being dead serious. It just sounded like something was going on. So I told him, I said, no matter what, I'm gonna get you out of the house. And I really felt mad because I was believing in y'all. The whole time I was visiting him at the hospital and everything, girl. Like, I'm talking about the days he was in there, I made sure to feed and be there. Man, it was fun. But let's get back to the tea. Since everybody like the rest of everybody. But y'all, I made it my duty to get him out of that house. So the first day he came over, they finally brought him because I did a lot of convincing. I'm not playing. I just needed him. And he came to the door. Like, they all got out the cars. All the kids had missed me. Me and her still was beefing, but I felt love. But it just like, I was like, what is this? I mean, I guess they was friends. He just didn't want to do right with the eating thing. And she just was busy in her own world. And I just knew that, but I felt that, but, well, I didn't feel it. I felt like she was doing too much, but I felt like she just was missing her brother. But the kids got out. They was so happy to see us. And he got out, and like I said, he came to the door, and he had a cup, a red cup. Now, he stayed right up the street, not too far away from me. It was no signs of any liquidation in that cup. Like, it was nothing in the cup. And now, y'all can call me green, whatever, but I'm just like, what is it? Like, what's up with this red? Why would you have a red cup? And then when he gave me the red cup, I took it. And I looked in it, this, like, that's how, I thought, what? I mean, I thought maybe he was, girl, wait till y'all see a picture of him, and you'll know why I was acting the way I was acting. He looked old, he act old. So I'm thinking, it's an old man, let me hold his cup so he can cross over my porch threshold. That's what I was thinking. But when I looked in the cup, I'm like, there's nothing in here. What in the world? It looked like it just been washed and dried out for 2 days. Like, so I just was like, I know this ain't no, I ain't even gonna tell you what I thought, because I ain't that damn green. So he stepped over the threshold, and that was only after I took the cup. So I ran the cup in the kitchen. And I'm like, maybe this is his favorite cup. I don't know, because he didn't say nothing like, welcome to the gang or nothing. So I just like thinking, okay, well, that mine, what I was thinking. Because it was giving like, I've been up here for a minute. I know what these kind of dumb rituals things y'all be doing. But I just didn't think, I ain't never seen nobody doing no cup now. But he walks in I was running in the kitchen and he decided to walk in, and I'm coming to him and meeting him. I'm going to make this as short as I can because I've been talking to y'all for 38 minutes, and this is where I'm going to just cut it to the voices because it's several months of so much stuff, but I do not want to talk y'all head to them. This is how it happened. I was coming home from work, and if y'all want, like, share, subscribe and stuff, because I don't be knowing if nobody want to hear about that. But let me tell you, I came home from work one day, and this is something I've never really let out my mouth. But I'm going to just be honest with you. I came home from work, and I got with the plug. Went in the house, plugged it up. As I'm sitting in my bathroom, he is pacing back and forth. Now get this. Now I didn't tell you everything because I wanted to speed to the part, but we had been having problems after problems after problems. Like, this man used to be in the bed in full sweat when I come home, like, sometimes talking about demons and devils. And I'm like, oh God, you just probably sick. And I'm gonna pray. I prayed with him. I made sure to give celery to this man. I made sure to feed him fruits and vegetables, like, and juice. I just didn't understand what do you mean by those things are attacking you. But I thought eventually we're gonna get past this. But like I said, I was in there plugging it up. He pacing back and forth. I was not paying him no attention for real. I just got off work. I'm tired. You know, I just want to chill. Be ready to get me in bed for a little bit. So I'm in there talking to God. And I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes, like, oh my God, like, why did you do this to me today? Now, I had no, oh my God, I was so tired. I told him, and they're just talking to God like that. He pacing and he is saying, oh, okay, you ain't gonna be happy till they put some in that. Oh, I don't try to tell you they gonna do something to you. It's just how I was with that file. Like, I was ignoring him, like, what? Because I already knew the plug. I already know the plug was good. Neighborhood plug. That was not my concern what he was talking about. Because he already tried to put me on his plug. Like, I don't even with the switching locations like that. But he tried to pacing back and forth, y'all. Pacing back and forth. He's still talking. So I decided to close the bathroom door a little bit. And just enjoy myself, ignoring him and doing what I want to do. So I'm sitting in his chair in my bathroom, and he starts saying, I guess he got aggravated that I wasn't responding. And this man literally said to me, I know you in there talking to that B word, no, that nigga. So I'm like, no, he actually said a B with the blonde hair. You in there talking to that B with the blonde hair. And I'm like, this nut. I mean, I know that's wrong to call him a nut, but that's what I was thinking. Like, what? I thought he was talking about me being on my phone because I had closed the door. If you're in a normal relationship, that's what you would think a normal person is thinking about. Maybe I closed the door and he like, oh yeah, you trying to sneak and do some stuff. But why would I be talking to a blonde head, blue eyed woman? So I'm just further ignoring him. And further ignoring him, trying to just relax myself and shut up. Y'all, he was like, it's almost like he stumbled a little bit. And he was like, it's not a woman. It's that nigga, it's a man. And he got blonde hair and blue eyes. I was sitting there like, that sounds like a white man. Now, why would I be in here talking to a white man? And as I pondered, as I sat there, I realized I am talking to a white man. And that white man is God. Because I grew up knowing that God was white with blue eyes and some hair. But we was in a black church. We were supposed not to put a face on it. But when I went to other church, went to other places, they had a white man with blue eyes. I ain't never seen no blue-eyed person before. So that's kind of what I had in my mind about God. But my thing being is how the hell you knew that? I'm sitting there and I'm like, you would think you would put that, what was I calling it? That Jimmy Choo, I'm going to call it a Jimmy Choo, down and focus, reevaluate. I start the Jimmy Choo harder. Like, I know this motherfucker is not playing with me. Is he? Who you think you is? I'm behind the door, like, yeah, I'm totally freaking out. I'm on the other side of that door, like, I know you fucking lying. I know you fucking lying. And then it's almost like once I grasp that, yes, he knows what is going on. I didn't want to believe that. I was just sitting there, and then he's like, he laughed, like as if, I'm sitting behind the door, like, y'all, it still amazes me to this day. And I ain't playing with you. My family know about these. I'm telling you, after my mama heard that's just how it happened, y'all. That's the first day it happened. I came out the bathroom like as if nothing happened. I was not finna let the devil win. When I got myself together, I came out the bathroom. Now you can say it was the Jimmy Choo, nigga, no. Now, I done thought by myself and ain't had nobody saying something else after me. In my darn head. In my own head, I've never had that. I came out of that bathroom like, boy, go to bed. Like trying to act like as if that didn't. I acted like that did not happen. He gonna forget that, and I am too. And it started me trying to forget that happened. Every day, y'all, I stop breathing sometimes just to stop thinking. And it drove him insane. Bro, when I tell you people start, I'm getting hot just thinking about that shit. Well, I'm not lying. I want to cut my cone a little bit, but I don't want the air to be blowing. And y'all can't hear it. Bruh, when I say out there, that people started, it was every corner. You could say paranoia. Bro, I'm not playing with you, bro. No more Jimmy Choo. What is going on? It was so weird. Y'all, my best friend, I had to call him one day because after being watched for so long, I had to call him. And we was on the phone. We were just catching up. And he was talking about coming to see me. I was like, I don't think it'll be a good time right now. He of course want to know why. And I'm like, I've been kind of dealing with somebody else. And I just don't think it's the right time. So he want to know why. And I end up saying, I think there was a man right there watching me, literally. And they not dressed like normal freaking people. They wearing all one color. They surrounded my job. They surrounded every freaking well. And then I had my headphones in. I would hear slick stuff they're saying. Y'all, it was driving me insane. I need to go in order with the story. But I went back to the house. That's when I was telling them it's something going on. Y'all, I didn't even want to go back out of the house no more. Even though when I hear the slick stuff, I'm not going to lie to you. Anybody that says something slick, I will be like, I know you. And then I would stop and I'd be like, who you talking to? Who what you saying? But it made me feel like I was going crazy because they'll be like, I wasn't talking to you like this. So it made me feel like, am I rushing people and they not saying stuff? Yeah, I went home one day and I ended up just jumping in the bed and crying, and I was telling them I can't do it no more. I don't think I can face the world anymore. Something is going on with my mind. I never let him know about the bathroom thing. I acted like I said that shit never happened. And after doing that, I could no longer hide it. I was praying, walking out, crib, like I was so scared to talk to anybody. Everybody had cell phones hooked up to their face, same as since I met him. Since I met him, it was always something in my ear where he was connected. And then they be saying stuff. It's like, if I be like, I don't know what's going on. It seems like something's taking in my head. Somebody walking by talking about, it's Jesus, it's God. No, the actually said it's God. Girl, that's a God. Now, how you just happen to be talking about, girl, it's a God, the same time you walking past me? A crowd of people just happen to be Oh, that's her. I know he ain't fucking with her in the middle of Walmart. And no, ain't no group. I could see if it was white people, cause that's how they parlay where I'm from. They go to like, the where I'm from, when all the store closes in the pavilion, they be coming out there and doing like crazy stuff and having crazy fun. But this daytime, and y'all out here as a black, out here just in a hot parking lot, screaming stuff out, like making sure somebody hear it. Then when I take my headphone off, everybody turning talking in their car. Even with my job, one day blue, one day red, one day black, one day. So like I said, I jumped in that bed, but I was losing it. I was coming from Walmart. That's the time I was coming from Walmart. And it was these big dudes standing outside Walmart, and my headphone had went out. The music went off, and I heard them saying, "That's Auntie. That's her right there. That's her." And then the big one, who it was two, and then he turned around and he looked right at me. So I took my headphone off. I said, "What y'all say?" 'Cause I ain't your auntie. Like, what y'all said? And he was like, he said, "Good to meet you, Auntie." And the other boy tapped him like, "Bro." And I said, "Auntie," he like, "Oh, nothing, I'm sorry. So they tried to make it seem like, "Oh, I thought you was my auntie, I'm sorry." I don't look like nobody damn auntie. So I go, like I said, to the house, I jump in the bed and I tell him, something is going on. People are calling me auntie. Voices are here. Is it the last days? I just crawled in the bed. He was like, chuckling. And he was just like, "Girl, you all right. Them just people that I was in jail with. They just be following me around." I gave my composure and I was like, "The fuck, what? Like, what do you mean? Jail?" And he like, "I was in prison for 20 years. I taught a lot of them in there. I met a lot of people. I trained a lot of boys up. I ain't even gonna lie. I could have been like, get out. But I was already fucked up here. I don't even, I understand you might think, well, you should have got out of there then. But I was so convinced that the world was around me was up, Craig. I was like, what is going on here? Because how did you get in here? Or I kind of was feeling like maybe they got cameras in my house. That's what I wanted to think in my mind, but I needed to know, how the hell did you get that many people to follow you on the outside of prison? I was just looking at him like, and you couldn't, nobody could take you to the dialysis. You got people watching you, and he actually was like, he didn't even need that shit. So I'm like, nigga, you were dead when I met you. I ain't saying this out my mouth, but I'm thinking this. Cause I ain't got time for that not to happen again. So I'm not believing them. And y'all, the sicker I got, to make this shorter, the sicker I got, the more this man preyed on my mind. He actually had my job. Y'all, I didn't even know my job knew this man. I've been working here. And I just happened to, with this one, we was having good times too. And I happened to mention my boyfriend name. I ain't even like to say his name in public. It was a girl name. So my manager was just as gray as green. And I'm like, she was like, when I said the name, I just thought we were going to be a regular conversation.